Feel free to just grab your phone, your camera, your people, and I will try to move everybody around and get a nice picture of the lighthouse in the background.
Yeah, the question was, is there any Civil War history around here? Well, we usually wait until we get to this section of the tour to talk about the Civil War. The little lighthouse is the Cockspur Island Lighthouse. It stands 46 feet tall, built in 1856, made out of Savannah gray brick. It is all part of Cockspur Island. Believe it or not, at low tide, that little lighthouse sits on some dry land. Right now it's high tide, so it's surrounded by water. And behind it, you see Fort Pulaski. You just can't make it out. There's a flagpole back there. All of this is a National Historic Monument. The little lighthouse was designed by John Norris. John Norris, I was thinking of Chuck Norris, my favorite karate fighter. John Norris. John Norris designed and built that lighthouse. He also designed a number of structures in downtown Savannah that are still standing and very famous. The bottom right side of that lighthouse, you notice it's built like a bow of a ship, breaking the waves and currents coming in off the ocean. Built that way, and it's helped to preserve the lighthouse, actually stabilize the lighthouse. The rocks around it were put up in 2012. There was a grant came put those rocks around the lighthouse trying to save the lighthouse so it wouldn't tip over. At the time that lighthouse was built, this was all dry land behind it. You know, it wasn't water up in there. It was actually sitting up high and dry. It has sunk some over the years. We've had tidal erosion over the years, and we had a little rise in sea level over the years. So the combination has now made all the little lighthouse sit in the water during the high tide cycle. But all that behind it was there was a village back there. Fort Pulaski was built after the War of 1812 to protect this country from invasion from foreigners, and it took about 30 years to build it. So between about 1830 and 1820 and 1850, it was under construction, and behind it is where the different construction workers, the wood workers, the brick masons, the iron masons, all the laborers, they all lived in this village. In 1881, there was a hurricane that came through here, and that hurricane had a 23-foot tide storm surge. It covered about half the lighthouse, and it wiped out the village that was behind it. There was a lightkeeper's house, there was a lightkeeper's storage room, buildings that were involved in keeping the light. That light was lit by a flame. So all of that was washed out in 1881, and the family of the lightkeeper sought shelter and were protected up into the stairwell at Fort Pulaski. But at the start of the Civil War, actually before the Civil War started, the fort was ready to be manned, but there was no artillery, no arms in it. A group from Savannah came out about 2 months before the fall of Fort Sumter and actually took over the fort. So the Georgia Confederacy had possession of this when Fort Sumter fell in Charleston Harbor. By the winter of 1861, the Union Army had landed 25,000 troops on Hilton Head. They'd come over across this channel, and right here behind us in this tree line, all the way from the creek, all the way where down where those trees are, and brought 30 cannons, and they placed them at facing Fort Pulaski. Tried to get the commander of the fort to surrender. He had about 600 troops in there. He wasn't ready to surrender. April 11th and 12th, there was a 36-hour bombardment. The cannonballs were flying right over where we are sitting right now, and the commander of the fort surrendered prior to the fort, the powder in the fort exploding. The important fact that it was a tiny siege, it was a small siege, only lasted about a day and a half, but it was the first time rifle cannons had been used. Parrot rifles or rifle cannons. There's cannons that have a groove in the muzzle. That's a difference in throwing a football and throwing a basketball. The projectiles that came out of a grooved muzzle were much more accurate, much more powerful, and it was the first time in warfare that rifle cannons had been used successfully. And it was right here at the siege Fort Pulaski. Union Army kept the fort for the rest of the Civil War. It was a POW camp for Southern officers and politicians. After the war in 1881, it had fallen in disrepair and was abandoned. It was during the Depression, the CCC and the WPA came in and fixed it up, and then the National Park Service took it over in the 40s and the 50s as a national park now. As you go up there, you can actually see the walls where the cannonballs hit. They're still there. The walls are there, and the marks in the wall are there. The wall that was breached during the battle has been repaired, but the marks are still in the wall. And that fort fell in April of 1862 to the Union Army, and it was almost 2 years later before General Sherman wound up in Savannah. So this little part of Georgia was in the control of the Union Army for almost 24 months before Sherman got down here. That's all y'all want to hear.
And there's also a nice big granite World War memorial that you can walk through and check out all the names that have been engraved on it. Other than that, there's tons of squares all around town, all put in place by James Oglethorpe. Plenty of statues to check out. Forsyth Park is absolutely beautiful if you have a chance to visit that. And of course, if you're in Savannah and you're just walking around and you stub your toe, you're probably going to be stubbing it on a part of history. So you never know what you're going to come across. Did everybody enjoy their trip today?
Yep.
Hey, that's a lot better than when we got started. It sounded like 4 people in the beginning. Now we're all here together.